Imagine this. You spend weeks crafting a brilliant blog post, a stunning photograph, or a catchy song. You pour your heart and soul into it, hit publish, and wait for the accolades to roll in. Instead, you discover your work, uncredited and unchanged, on a stranger's website, racking up views and profits that should be yours. This, unfortunately, is the reality for many creators in the digital age. Content theft is rampant online, and it's a disheartening experience that can leave you feeling violated and powerless. The internet, for all its wonders, has made it incredibly easy to copy and paste, download and share. This ease of duplication has created a breeding ground for content theft, where anyone with an internet connection can potentially steal your work and claim it as their own. The good news? You don't have to take this lying down. This essay will arm you with the knowledge and tools to protect your creative work online. We'll explore the legal framework, learn how to identify infringement, and equip you with a step-by-step plan to reclaim your stolen content. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding your rights is the first step to safeguarding your creativity in the digital world. Before we dive into the battlefield, let's equip ourselves with the legal armor. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. When you create something original, be it a written piece, an image, a video, or even a piece of code, you automatically hold certain rights to it. This is called copyright. Think of copyright as your creative ownership certificate. It gives you the exclusive right to copy, distribute, display, and create derivative works from your original content. Now, there's a small but important exception: fair use. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission for purposes like criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, or research. For example, using a short quote from a book in a review would likely fall under fair use. However, copying and pasting an entire chapter without permission? Definitely not fair use. Understanding the difference between copyright protection and fair use is crucial. It's the foundation upon which you'll build your defense against content theft. Remember, just because something is online doesn't make it free for the taking. Your content, your rights. So, how do you know if someone has crossed the line from fair use to infringement? Here's where your detective hat comes in. Identifying content theft often requires a keen eye and a little digital sleuthing. Start by regularly searching for your work online. Use unique phrases, titles, or even your name in search engines to see if your content pops up elsewhere. Pay attention to the details. Are there any alterations or attributions? Has your work been used without your permission and for commercial gain? These are all red flags that signal potential infringement. Sometimes infringement might be blatant, a direct copy-paste job of your entire blog post, for example. Other times, it can be more subtle. Someone using your photograph without permission, even if they've cropped it or added a filter. Keep in mind that copyright infringement doesn't have to be intentional. Someone might genuinely believe they are using your work fairly, unaware of copyright laws. Regardless of intent, it's still your right to address the issue and protect your creative work. Section 4. First line of defense, immediate action steps. Discovering that your work has been stolen can be incredibly frustrating, but it's important to act swiftly and strategically. Your first step should always be to document everything. Take screenshots, save copies of the infringing content, and note down URLs, dates, and any other relevant information. This documentation will be crucial if you need to escalate the issue later. Once you have your evidence, reach out to the infringer directly. This might feel intimidating, but it's often the most effective first step. Send a polite but firm email explaining that they are using your copyrighted material without permission and request that they remove it immediately. You'd be surprised how often a simple email can resolve the issue. If the infringing content is hosted on a platform like YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, these platforms have specific procedures for reporting copyright infringement. Familiarize yourself with their Digital Millennium Copyright Act or DMCA takedown policies. Section 5. Turning up the heat. Escalating the issue. Unfortunately, not all infringers are cooperative. If your initial attempts to resolve the issue are unsuccessful, it's time to turn up the heat. If your initial email is ignored, consider sending a cease and desist letter. This is a formal legal notice demanding that the infringer stop using your copyrighted material. While not strictly necessary, a cease and desist letter carries more weight than a casual email and clearly demonstrates that you're serious about protecting your rights. If the infringer continues to ignore your requests, you can report them to the platform hosting the content. Most major platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram have clear policies against copyright infringement and will often remove infringing content promptly. In extreme cases, where all other avenues have been exhausted, you may consider taking legal action. This should always be a last resort, as legal battles can be costly and time-consuming. However, in some situations, it may be the only way to effectively protect your rights and seek compensation for damages. Section 6. Stay ahead of the game. Preventing content theft. While taking action against infringers is crucial, the best defense is a good offense. By implementing preventative measures, you can significantly reduce the risk of your content being stolen in the first place. One of the simplest and most effective ways to deter theft is by watermarking your images and videos. Registering your copyright with the appropriate authorities provides legal proof of ownership and strengthens your case in the event of infringement. Regularly monitor your content online using tools like Google Alerts, which can notify you when your work is published elsewhere on the web. Finally, consider using Creative Commons licenses. These licenses allow you to grant others permission to use your work under specific conditions, such as attribution or non-commercial use. This way, you can control how your work is shared and ensure you're always credited. Section 7. Protecting your creative spark, takeaways, and action plan. Content theft is a serious issue, but it doesn't have to be a losing battle. By understanding your rights, taking proactive steps to protect your work, and knowing how to respond to infringement, you can safeguard your creative endeavors in the digital world. Remember, your creativity is valuable, and you have the right to protect it. Here's a quick recap of the essential takeaways. 1. Know your rights. Understand copyright law, fair use, and your rights as a creator. 2. Be proactive. Implement preventative measures like watermarking, copyright registration, and regular content monitoring. 3. Document everything. Keep detailed records of your original work and any instances of infringement. 4. Take action. If your content is stolen, don't hesitate to contact the infringer, report them to the platform, or seek legal advice if necessary. Protecting your content is an ongoing process, but the rewards are well worth the effort. By taking the steps outlined in this essay, you can help ensure that your creative work is respected and protected in the digital landscape.